Hey, we're back in Ilrian for another session of Court of Blades. As the camera pans across this idyllic city, um, you can see the canals, you can see the red tile roofs in some places, you can see the masses of growth of clematis up the sides of some of these buildings. You can see the area where folks just were, the vine, where this island has a vineyard and a hill on top of it. You can see uh, our characters. Where are you guys?
I think last time we were in well, Monty and Mochlain and Sasha were in the main living space of the house
Ah, I
discussing
think so.
plans of action.
Pietro's at the house. He's been training.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So I think through the window, which is left open to keep it cool, because it is warm in Ilrian. Maybe not as warm as it is in England right now, which we would never complain about living in England that is warm. That would be cause for a cold winter or something. So everyone touch wood because that's what they do instead of knock on wood. That's great. to avoid us having a massively cold winter. However, it is quite hot here, and if you can, most of us are not wearing pantaloons down below. So if any of us start to stand up, make sure you blur it out, Rob.
Monty certainly isn't.
Yeah, he isn't. Cool. Okay, so you are in your room discussing. So discuss.
Okay, so just a question. We've got the funeral coming up.
Yes, you do.
Mm.
When is that?
That is not immediate. Like this session, you will have to do the funeral. However, it's probably going to crowd your following session.
Is that like the end? Is that like towards the end of season festivity? Well, not festivity, but ceremony. In this season.
They may be timing it out towards the end of the season.
Yeah. So we've got a hint about Cosimo down in the twists.
Yes,
that's true.
That was the last bit of information we got, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was
for the
that?
viewers later on, the image that I just put up is me before my fellow people told me I had to wear a t-shirt.
So very good.
Sorry.
What was it that was told about Cosimo that gives you this?
He's interfering with small children or something.
There's a very bad man apparently who was mean to the urchins.
Didn't they want to firebomb us or something? It was something. They came with a request of some description.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
and that is followed not too long later. I will give you guys some time to plan, but you at least will have this bit of information as well. There's a knock at the door as you're planning to. Actually, it's one of the maids says, "You have an inspector here to see you."
Which one?
Hesperides?
Sadly, it's not Hesperides. He is not completely capable yet. However,
hospital, I think, wasn't he? I think you said last time.
He's out of hospital.
He's out of hospital.
Yeah.
You know what? Since he is out of hospital, let's have him go ahead and limp in. I think that would make for a better. He doffs his flat cap. When I say a flat cap, a proper Venetian style hat, not a flat cap as Peaky Blinders or something. And and he does a pained bow to the room.
Immediately pull over a chair for him. Sit down, please. Take the weight off your feet.
Pietro's going to go over and lift him up Hesperides, my good man. No need to bow in.
Ow, thank you.
I'll help him over to a chair.
Welcome
you.
back, good sir. Welcome back.
Ah,
Help him
he
over to the
settles
chair Sasha got.
into the probably overstuffed type chair. And he says, thank you. As still have a few hitches to work out. I do thank you for all of the support. I must ask you, there's some urchins who claim to know you.
Yes, we-
Quite possibly.
Yes, we
Yeah.
try and look after them.
We have many contacts among the citizenry.
Very good. We have a complaint that is come our way. I just was in the area. This is why I'm carrying it, not to say menial, but some other policeman. I just thought I'd ask. There's a group of urchins who have set up shop on the far side of Canal from Twist, and they have set up some sort of trebuchet.
Well, they're very resourceful. Some of these youngsters
Where
these days.
did they get that from?
That's from
Should have a future in engineering, I think.
Yeah.
He raises an eyebrow. He says, I don't really want to know where they got that, but they have refused to come down, and the poor buggers must be getting dehydrated up there. I don't know where they're getting water, if they are, but they've been up there for a while, and they've told passersby that if you don't come to talk with them, they are going to rain fire on the area.
Ah,
Oh,
Well, we can't have that. That's for sure.
no.
did
Now,
they
my men
even
can-
know how to set fire to one of the balls?
I don't know. This is just what was related. It's been
I mean,
yelled out.
I
in
mean,
some
yes, no,
high-pitched
this
voices.
is very serious. Yes, we must go at once.
I
Our
think
men
we
have some
sh-
ladders and are perfectly happy to engage and remove these urchins. I don't know if they have what they say. That's just thought, why not? Since your names were mentioned. Speaking of which, where is Lorenzo?
Yeah.
Huh. Yes, his name was to the fore.
Yes, I believe
Interesting.
he's the one who knows them best.
Well,
Um,
I'm sure he will find this very interesting predicament that now is upon us.
yeah.
Hmm.
I suspect they must have a reason for wanting to take this action, though. They wouldn't do this without some sort of whether mistaken or
Provocation,
not. They must
Sure.
they must have a reason.
Mm.
So we need to find out what that is, and before they do anything.
They seemed very
Tasty.
insistent. I do thank you for your time. We will keep some men stationed there and just to monitor the situation since you're coming eventually.
Have them stand behind the line of fire, just in case.
Ah,
Mm.
very well.
How long have
You will
they been there?
appear non-confrontational. That makes you
Yeah.
feel better. May we pass word that one of you or all of you may eventually speak with them?
Yeah.
Oh yes, we will
I'll
definitely.
go.
Yeah,
I think so.
we will definitely head down there to see them.
We will pass word, and that may delay any fiery configuration. Anyway, I thank you, lords and ladies, for your time. And he sort of struggles to get up, and
And
I figured that would happen.
Is there anything
And
we
with
can
that,
do
he
to help
does
you
lean
before-
fairly heavily on you.
Do you need anything?
Just time.
Just time.
Heals all wounds, right?
Do we know who did this to you?
I have a suspicion.
Hmm.
We had received some warnings on our investigations. And we all know this Cosmo Rossi.
Yeah.
He has evidently a gang about himself. And from backtracking through it, there is a Urbano Leon that
Sorry, what was that
evidently
name?
was seen. Urbano Leon, like lion, he says. If you were one of those weird English people. And was poking around, evidently a part of this Cosimo's gang that he's gathered, was poking around our house, out the exterior, of course, prior, and was noticed. And have not tracked his location yet, but that is on my to-do list.
I think Cosmo is one we all want to get rid of. I think.
Yes.
How is the family recovering after the ordeal?
Very well. I thank you again for the consistent support. This gang will come to its justice.
Yes, I think he's built up a lot of enemies. There's only so many he can eradicate before they come for him.
Come, Hesperides, let me walk you out.
All right. He takes your arm, and he does actually get some support out of it. He's not like trying not to lean upon you and get a little bit of extra help for some steps, but he is also strong enough that he's, he'll be able to maneuver himself down the stairs on his own with the help of the maid or whoever.
Yeah.
And the maid is waiting there.
So whilst we go down, I just lean in, lower my voice, and I just say to him,
Are you going to go all the way down the stairs?
Yeah, I'm going to take him
Okay.
right out.
Okay.
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 So I wave the maid off, and I say, I'm escorting the inspector out. And I lean into him and I say to him, "Look, Hesperides, I know you signed the contract, and I'm quite happy to fulfill my end of the contract. But if you wish to step down, then I completely understand. I hope you don't, but more importantly, I'm to be wed."
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much. The Lady Ruby.
What? I'm sorry. You can see he looks up as he's rolling through his list of possible people that you would marry out of the noble houses. He's like, I do not recognize the name.
No, you wouldn't. She is not
it clicks.
Yeah, she is
This
not
guy's
of a
this guy's
noble
not.
house, but she is now.
I know the lady of whom you speak.
Excellent.
The red hair.
Yes.
Very
indeed.
nice. Very good.
I was wondering if you know of someone who is capable of being able to keep an eye on her and protect from any unwanted dangers. My brother, his wife, and my niece and nephews have been killed in this city.
Ah,
And he was going to be, he was, he.
air.
Which now defaults to me. I
I
need to make sure that she's safe when I'm not around.
I know a man. If you're willing to take on another contract, I understand that implies money changing hands.
That's absolutely fine. I would like you to manage them so they report directly to you. Because as of this moment, you haven't said that you would like to step down. So you are still my man for all things security and making sure that. Okay.
Yes,
So if you're
Alesso,
happy with that,
Alesso Albani. He had some problems with drink. He was one of my best inspectors, and unfortunately, I had to release him. But I have followed his recovery, and I think he would be the exact type of man to provide this service.
okay. As long as he's good with his fists and doesn't mind breaking teeth and breaking bones, then I'll be happy with your suggestion.
He nods. Very good.
Okay,
I will
and
make it so.
if there's anything your wife needs, even if it's a change of address, let me know, and I'll see what we can do.
Very good, sir.
Okay. All right then, friend. Take care.
And he moves gingerly out the front door, and the maid has held it open for him and shuts it afterwards. And her eyebrows go up as if to ask if you need anything else.
What's the maid's name?
This is not the same one that you guys had deliver the letter. This is Lisa, is her first name, and you know it because
Okay.
you've chatted to her before.
Yeah, I'll just say thank you very much, Lisa, and have a great day.
Okay. Yeah, yes, my lord.
I
And
just
she's
turn around
sort
and
of
walk back up.
very good.
So when I get back inside, I'll speak to the guys, and
Let's speak to the guys.
yeah. So everyone's there apart from Lorenzo. So last week did yes, no, right, okay. I don't think we told them the news about the fact that I'm going to get married. So so basically, I say, right, chaps, before we go and see to the street urchins, there's something on my mind. As you know, spoke to Ruby, or Ruby came the other day, and
So to speak.
so to speak, before we went to the theatre. I'm pleased to announce that Ruby has accepted my hand in marriage.
That is good news.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And I'm going to be a father. So, with
Oh,
with all the skirt round all that bit, it's okay, calm down. These things happen in life, I'm told, very frequently. And because of what's happened with my family, I would like to know if there's any reason why I can't keep Ruby closer to the coterie. Would you guys have any problems with me moving her in here?
I mean, I think we're doing something similar with Andrea, so it would make sense to keep them because as we discussed between us last week, well, not last week, but in game time, as we discussed, with her situation, we know we're not out of danger until at the
We want to
moment.
protect
Yeah.
those near. Yes.
Yeah.
Cosmo is still out there, and potentially any other people that may have a ill will, like the Corvetto rogue elements of the Corvetto family could be on the terrorist lists.
So you want to keep her here in your? So what? Is she going to sleep in your room at night? You sly dog.
You haven't still got that lobster creature in there, have you? You might want to change that.
Oh shit! I must check because that would actually scare the living bejesus out of her. I think it's
Probably
still
a
in
bit-
there. I don't think I've actually removed it.
It's probably a bit ripe by now. I would have thought.
Yeah,
I think the maids would have made sure it was
Yeah.
disposed of.
Do you reckon that's why we had so many crab pate sandwiches of late?
Probably.
Oh.
I can't imagine what the maids have discussed about you. That basically they found this dead lobster thing in your bed. And,
That actually makes sense. I wondered
Did you
why
know-
Lisa just gave me an awkward glance.
yeah. They probably think you shagged it to death, basically.
How gauche of you? How gauche of you?
Exactly.
How gauche of that
Keeping
Mochlain topo. Call him a prince. He shags wildlife.
And by the way, for those of you watching, he does have a drawback on his character sheet at this point, which is being gauche. So this fits exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, what I was thinking, Pietro, was I put Ruby in my room and I sleep in yours. We could stay up all night drinking the very best brandy that you've got hidden away.
I would suggest that the couch is very comfortable for you in the main room.
Okay. And on top of that news, I've just asked Hesperides to see if I can get Ruby a bodyguard should she want to go out. More so if she doesn't want to come and live in the house.
Would she want to? Would she be willing? Would she be wanting to train with Andrea as well? In the physical and defensive. I'm sure Ruby is pretty capable of defending herself. Given the impression I get from her, but if we're doing some training for Andrea, I'm sure she'd be welcome to join in and
I
spar.
can ask her. I mean, it would be great if my queen could actually defend herself instead of going, "Oh Mochlain, oh Mochlain."
I don't want to be throwing her
Oh,
about too
Mochlain."
much though. If she's carrying a child though.
Yeah, maybe I'll just train her how to shoot a pistol.
That would be effective. Yeah.
Well, maybe Pietro can train her on how to shoot a pistol. I'll train her on how to use a sword. To the death.
There's a knock at the outer door.
Oh,
It's
I
not a
answered the
maid
door.
introducing someone. You answer?
Yeah, I
It's
answered.
Naldo,
Who?
your former handler, the blade master for your house.
Yes.
His brow is furrowed, and he looks a little concerned for those of you that are just looking at his facial expressions. But he moves in gracefully and bows nicely.
Something
Says,
vexes
my lords
thee
and
now, though?"
ladies. I missed that, Rob. What'd you say?
I look at him and I say, "Something vexes thee."
Aha. That it does. Though I change that, belay that, so to speak. I am not vexed at all but merely wanted to pass on the very good news. A certain uncle in this house has been raised to high advisor and has eschewed all shame.
I advise it to the Corvetto or
No, to our house.
our.
So
Seems a
Uncle,
little.
Uncle Loto?
Ah, yes, of course.
Seems
Uncle
like
Loto has been absolved and has moved rapidly up the ranks
I would be interested
to
to
the
know
highest levels.
how he was absolved because there's plenty of evidence to suggest that he shouldn't be.
Huh. Amazing you should say so. Anyway, I just thought you should know.
Thank you. Yes.
Hmm.
I must make my
Hmm.
I must thank you for your time and definitely make it my way to my following requirements. I apologize for taking up your time.
Now,
Thank
Dan,
you
before you
for
go,
thank you for informing us.
Yes.
Keep yourself safe, Naldo. Be careful of. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, Dan, I've got a question for you. How would one go about becoming absolved of all scandals?
That is my words of the position of grace that Uncle Loto finds himself in. I do not know the machinations of our glorious house.
Ah, right, okay. Because Pietro's got a couple of scandals himself, and I was wondering if we could get rid of them for him.
He raises an eyebrow.
You're just asking for a friend, is that what you're saying?
Yes, indeed. Asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Bus, throw.
So
Out of interest,
So-
who does represent our house officially as like the head of our?
who is the absolute the bastion?
Mm.
It is Cambio, Cambio, Cambio Bastion.
I don't think we've
He
encountered
is
them at all.
an octogenarian, and we met him. We did not meet him because it was Uncle Loto who was there representing during the coup that moved your house into the Esaltari at the very very beginning of our time. But something has happened within the house, and as sort of the eye of the house, your eye is usually turned outwards from the house.
Not so much internal.
Now you're starting to think maybe you should throw some thoughts about figuring out what's going on internal.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah,
With that
you slacker.
extra problem set, let us go back to your conversation.
I know a redhead from Liverpool who can help us. He can wander around the building and just pick up all the juicy gossip.
By the way, Naldo has made his exit, so it is just you, you group,
Okay.
as you choose to talk about what your next steps are. I've thrown several other chunks at you just to make it nice and difficult on all your decisions on what you want to do, because that's the joy of this game, is overloading the characters to to make them have to make really interesting choices.
I'm just going to
Why
move
don't
over
we
to the
actually-
open window before we make any plans. Just gonna move over
I
to
like
the
that.
open window and just peer out at the society moving around outside the window. Make sure there's nobody down below listening in. Make sure there's no ears.
Absolutely. There have been plenty of times that people have managed to penetrate the formidable security of your house
Mhm.
through windows, through the front door, through the
It should be
rooftops.
hard and it should be a bit harder now because we did bolster that, didn't we, with one of our
Yes, you did. And I think what you
extra
find
bit.
is that, if you sort of poke your head out and look around, there's no one hanging about, so to speak.
Which is good. I'll look up as well, just in case somebody's hanging off the roof.
Absolutely, there is not. No one is falling off the roof as they probably should have at one point.
It's such a shame. Such a waste.
No,
Such a
not a
waste.
chimney sweeper or anything.
Think how
Waste of
easy this game
waste
would
of
have been.
Yeah.
Indeed. Waste of a very good roof.
Yeah. The traffic on the street below is normal. The traffic in the canal is as normal as you would expect. You can hear some criers from a couple of the gondolas that are approaching the side, trying to sell things to folks that are walking along the esplanade. And otherwise, everything seems fairly normal.
Excellent.
Drone of cicadas or something similar that in this particular time of the year. So be it.
Okay, so forgive me if I get this wrong. We still got the missive from Moon that says that she fancies Sasha, and she wants to meet and talk about stuff. We've got Sasha, who's got a roof fetish. We've got some street urchins on a roof with a trebuchet. Maybe we could get Sasha, the street urchins, and Moon on top of the roof, and then depending on what Moon says, Sasha can actually fulfill her lifelong dream of getting Pietro to push
Catapulting her
someone
across the canal.
off the roof, or
Yeah.
Take
putting her
this
through the
seat just near
trebuchet.
me. A nice,
Yeah.
comfortable seat.
And here I thought you were running down all your problems so you guys could make logical choices. I should have known.
Yeah. Okay. What are we wanting to do? I think the street urchins might be a little bit important.
Yeah.
Well, everything's important, but can we do the street urchins first and then move on to the next one? Do we want to do anything with Moon or just leave her in the wind?
Well, there's only a few things we can do. I would prefer to go after Cosimo.
Definitely.
And the rumours we have is that he is actually down where the children are aiming their trebuchet.
Exactly.
So,
So if we can meet up with Cosimo, take him out, and also make Verbano and Leon get a little bit dead for what he did to Hesperides and his family, then I'm all up for that.
Leon is a professional, so better be careful.
Well, Pietro's good with pistols at dawn, so
am I not right in saying as well that this also helps out Hicks?
Lorenzo.
Yeah. His
Mm.
his agreement with the Lady of Roses.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
So I think that is probably something we need to itch we need to scratch, shall we say?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's scratch your itch. I mean, the itch.
Yeah.
So just to
Unfortunately.
poke at the pain of choices, how do you feel about leaving Moon twisting in this?
Well, I mean, I can't speak for everybody else.
No, speak away.
This is just in your brain. This is internalized in your
Yeah.
brain. They're not hearing what you're saying.
Okay, so in my brain, I'm like, she's made a bed. She should learn how to lie in it. But then I'm also thinking, she's a devious, conniving, manipulative wench, and she will know about Ruby. And I'm just thinking about my unborn child and Ruby. It will need to be addressed at some point, but I'm not going to go alone.
Maybe Moon would. Maybe Ruby would prefer a moonless night. Oh.
I would say,
yeah,
I would say
I have no issues with that at all. I have no issues with that because, my future and fate romantically has now been sealed. Unless, of course, she bears me a girl, and then I'll have her executed and marry another one.
I mean, she has had plenty of opportunities to work with us over the period of time.
Well, yes, she has.
Ruby's done a lot for us, if you think about it. All those meetings
Yeah,
that we've
she's
had,
been
she's
useful.
made sure that we've had a nice table out of earshot. Whenever we've gone to her place, I mean, Pietro went there and had a meeting himself, and as far as I can tell, there was no issues. So, so she does try and look out for each and every one of us in her own little way.
I think the other thing we need to do is, if we're going to deal with the urchins and Cosmo, that's definitely a priority. I think the other thing we do need to tackle is if there's any what's happening with Uncle Loto and how and what is going on within our own house, because if that's coming down from, I can't remember the name, I've forgotten the guy's name already, but the head of the house and Uncle Loto, they could remove us from any position of authority very quickly.
Okay, so how about as a player?
And I have been warned that there are some unfavourable eyes looking on us within the house.
Yes, so we want to do right by the citizenry and on the path that we're treading, and I feel that we could be eliminated or undermined, or if someone in there is working with Cosimo, then all of our internal defences are going to stand for nothing if someone opens the door and lets him in, as we may as we may well be familiar with anyway.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes, allegedly.
Yeah. So, from a gaming perspective, I think get a clock on the go for Uncle Loto, and we can do that in downtimes and things like that. I don't think we need to actively go and investigate. We can all chip into the clock, etc., and hope.
This next downtime, I'll let you do such, but until such, just need to remember to do that. So what I heard was you were going to deal with the urchin issue as a part of searching in that area for
Cosimo.
Yeah.
Cosimo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So instead of throwing you into an event, what I'd like to do is continue this quasi role play and see how this works out. So I've thrown a little bit of a graphic to help you visualize.
Yeah, there's no way that roof support will take that trebuchet and that number of kids.
Well,
I mean, the perspective is a little bit wrong on that trebuchet in the roof. I
it's
suspect.
it's the best that Shutterstock AI could do when I was in a hurry in the last like 10 minutes before you guys got here.
Got some
It
Shout
gives
forward
you
out
an
to
racing, though.
idea.
Shutterstock.
It gives us an idea, indeed. Yes.
So
Oh dear.
Yeah. Trebuchet.
with
Yeah.
the nod to the AI support that I sometimes get from Shutterstock, is when I'm in a desperate hurry to throw something together. I simply on that one put Renaissance urchins on a roof with a trebuchet,
It's gonna be quite a difficult photograph to get otherwise, isn't it?
and
Yeah.
chose the art style of oil painting, and boom.
Anyway,
I mean,
as an
it's
interesting
done the
aside,
urchins really well. The trebuchet is, quite frankly, it's
Shocking.
junk.
yeah,
It's
That's
a reach.
more than likely
It's a
why they
freaking
wanted to
reach.
see us, because they can't work out how to put the last bits together.
based
so.
on
I think that trebuchet's got far too many bits.
And if anyone from
doing nothing.
Shutterstock, and if anyone from
Oh.
Shutterstock actually watches this, please get in touch. We would love to have you guys sponsor a show.
Hey, look,
Exactly, because we
yeah.
use it enough. I
To be
mean,
honest, the
Shutterstock
fact-
built the Lobster Man.
yeah. The fact that Shutterstock actually knows what a trebuchet is
Like,
pretty
yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, interesting.
the other thing it could
And
be is
that was
based on-
that was the first run through too,
That was
without
pretty
any working through everything.
yeah.
So
Nice.
not too bad. Gives you an idea. There's
Yeah,
a bunch of
exactly.
freaking urchins up on a roof.
And a wooden
There's not a lot
chimney.
of places for them to hide. The sun's out, and as you progress to this area, you can see the twist is on the far side of a larger canal. Actually, it's probably, if you remember when you dealt with the original Lobster Man,
Yeah.
and how there was a coffee shop, and there was not too far down was we've been to this sort of area before where there was the orphanage not too far down that you guys dealt with there. And then not too far past that was a bridge that you jammed up at one point with a bunch of gondolas, so that
Oh yeah.
a group couldn't get in while you were doing an operation.
Yep.
So just on the far side of that bridge that you jammed up the gondolas is where you are roughly in. So for your head space, that's where you're at. So
Okay.
you have plied these waters, Mon. So Monty has plied these waters.
The other thing Monty would want to do before they head out is look at the because he got the architectural diagrams of the plans of the canals for looking for that artifact. So he'd want to look at this area and see if there's any drains or passages that could be used as like access into the buildings without going through like front doors, main entrances, that sort of thing. Access into like the sewers and the canals directly. So any kind of like areas that we need to look out for aside from windows and doors.
Okay.
May not be any, but he's
Well,
going to check anyway just to see.
Stay with that is give me a roll, and I'll give you the information that comes off of that. And I would
D6?
say to Sasha, no, I'm not going to do a luck roll. You
Okay.
can do a survey or
Okay,
whatever
so-
you choose.
Yep, survey. We'll do a survey's good. Where? Oh, that's the character page. That's not what I want.
I'd
Yes.
say
survey.
Christine is not quite time to open up and start worrying about rolls, but we're getting there.
The controlled and standard.
We'll probably have a restroom break right before.
Okay.
So let's see what you
Controlled and
roll.
standard for this, then just a number, is it?
Yep. Absolutely standard. All good.
No bonus dice.
Unless you choose.
Do I get a bonus die? You gain +1 dice to survey rolls and notice security measures, locks, guards, alarms, and so on. You also gain an additional gather information question. What are they trying to keep me out of? You gain +1d on the engagement roll for acting on that information. Would that qualify to this? Just +1d for the survey rolls? 'Cause I'm not
Yes, it
looking at-
does.
It
Yes,
does.
it does, and
Okay.
I'm not telling you why yet.
Okay. But it will close. Okay, so I'll add 1 bonus die in. Ooh.
There's the 6 you
Ooh.
wanted. Okay. There are. It's only a couple of blocks further on that you empty out into that bay, where you know that whole group that you tried to negotiate with. Yeah. So there's not really. You think at this point the canal itself deepens as it moves towards there. And you also think that the couple of possible sewage lines and things like that tend to be associated with the twist where things get dumped are fairly below surface. And from what you remember from diagrams, are covered by, this is a 6, I'm giving you as much as I can, a bunch of, they're covered by grates that have, rivets to keep them in place. You know from, you're looking that they've been there for a while, so they might be rusty. And you notice that what looks like a fairly dilapidated manor house, like from a house that's sort of fallen. And this is, we're talking, it would have been 50 to 100 years maybe. On the opposite side of the river, of the canal, from where the urchins are, has a couple of toughs sort of lounging around in the shade in the alleys around it.
Sounds like a good place where you might have a bunch of lobster creatures that you want to put into the canal.
So let me stop there for us to, all of us, have a quick restroom break and everything else before we do the dash into what exciting things are about to happen. Fair? And I did that right as Pete steps back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be right
Okay.
back.
See you in just a second. And we are back from recharging our glasses and all the other functions that go with being intrepid adventurers tied to our keyboards, well away from other parts of the house. That's a great mug if I've ever seen one. So all things have been emptied and recharged that needed to be that needed to take place, and we are now dealing with a bunch of people with an overcomplicated little people with an overcomplicated trebuchet on a roof. And if you look at the angle of the trebuchet in the roof, it doesn't jive, but that's okay. It was a great little AI session. Okay, you are outside the house. You've seen what's across the street, across the canal. There are some cops there, blue coats type. Actually, they've got whatever it is that your house has provided them, because you bought that for them, as you have them as a obligation for the house that you're taking care of. And they also have some ladders ready to go, because there's some discussion as you arrive on whether or not they should just go ahead and clean these kids off this roof. The house itself consists down below of a couple of shops. One is a cheese shop.
Ooh, cheese.
One is a baker. And
No cheese.
yeah, and then I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to think what the third one should be. However, there are 3 shops. I think it is a seamstress of some renown locally.
Get some
And
sandwiches, cheese sandwiches.
there you
Oh,
go.
over here.
And those 3 shops line the bottom of this building. Above them are the apartments where the owners of those establishments live. And a couple of them have gathered down below to complain to the gathered cops about the problem that is arising. And that's where you arrive.
Which way is the trebuchet facing if it were to be shot?
So from where you're standing, it's really hard to tell because you're down on the street looking sort of straight up the side, and then there's a slant of the roof. But it looks like it's possibly aiming, if it was fully assembled, across the river. And you think it's not fully assembled
Okay.
from what parts you see sticking out.
So, Sasha, if you were a street urchin who loves roofs, how would
yeah.
you have got up there?
Drain pipe.
Okay, I'll look for a drain pipe.
And there are also lots of houses near, as this area is not quite the twist, but it is still fairly tightly built. You could get there from multiple buildings if you were to go across them and jump spaces crazily. But yes, you find a drain pipe. It is made of cast iron, and it has a dragon mouth with a metal tongue hanging out down low that points towards the canal.
While the shopkeepers are down here, I'm just going to very quickly give them a few silver each and basically ask them to go off and prepare a big basket full of bread and a big basket full of cheese. Big fresh bread, rolls, cheese. We'll take it up to the urchins with us. So, but you know.
Oh, the
nothing
seamstress.
Nothing settles an urchin better than, you know, offering
The
them a little bit.
seamstress who is left out of the order says that's actually a great idea. Bring them down with food and drink.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we'll need some small little cloth type things to parcel the foods up in as well. Could you make that for us? And I check her a couple of silver as well. The seamstress.
Ah, squares of material. Yes, I can do that.
Like
Few pockets of
napkins,
silver.
man-sized napkins, and then we can put. They'd be able to then carry the thing, and you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you very much. You guys can tell his gauchness has got no limit.
Well, I can't let one person be left out, could I?
No.
Right. Okay.
I'm just wondering-
Sorry, Pete.
I was going to say, I'm just wondering whether they're going to pull out the chimney brushes and burst into song and dance.
Oh, well, yeah.
Well,
You know
it's
it.
strange you mentioned that, and after taking a couple of stress, after taking a couple of stress, I actually get a chimney sweep. I just produce one.
Well, that would, I'll try and produce their song, but it's the best English accent that's ever happened in modern
Dick
history.
Van Dyke can do it, right?
Yeah.
Oi,
Bloody
now.
Americans.
Hey.
Hello, Governor.
Hello, Mary Poppins.
Got me Montie Throws, I can,
Sweet
you know,
sunny
animal-
day, innit? Okay.
It's just
The police.
funny. As a kid, I thought he was so English. That's awesome.
It's all right. As a kid, I knew for a while that no Englishman could ever speak like that.
But the penguins are real. so that's okay.
So the police or the night watch, they've actually got some ladders. So okay.
Yes, they do.
Will it reach up to the roof?
Yep, absolutely. There's some little faces looking over the edge,
I'll
and you
wave
hear
up
some
at them.
whispering. There's a wave back, and whispering, and then a slightly older boy looks over the edge and waves you up.
I
We very
walk
crouch
over
up
to
this
the
roof.
watch. I'll say, I'll have that, thanks. All right, Governor, I'll have that, thanks. And then I struggle with the ladder a bit, but I work out how it works eventually. And then I get up there and I turn around and I go, ladies and gentlemen, not my finest hour. I don't do ladders. And then I proceed to walk up the ladder in a Cockney accent.
Does the name of this episode need to be?
Accent. Okay.
Does the name of this episode need to be Tilda Cockney?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think.
Yes,
The most
definitely.
English, the most
definitely.
English of all of our episodes.
Ugh.
Tilda
Very
Cockney urchin.
Okay. So who all is moving up the ladder? It is a sturdy ladder that support any number of folks.
I think it might be
Who's
worth Pietro going up because he helped with the design of this thing. He probably will see if they've made any modifications or
That's not a bad
damaged
idea.
this. Whether you know.
Yes, and then Sasha could teach Pietro how to push someone off of a roof.
Yep.
There's any number up there.
Sasha's going to go up. She's attached a little bit of string to the baskets that have been provided by the shop.
Very
shop
good.
owner, overflowing.
Absolutely.
Basically, she shins up the drain pipe very quickly and laughs at the two of them who were going up the ladder.
Yeah,
Very
you
good.
try saying that drunk. She shinge.
She shins up the drain pipe.
Very good. I will say you get there
Tilda
first.
Cockney.
I'm trying on the corner.
Right.
That's okay.
It's the map that's the problem.
Yeah.
This thing.
That
Uh-oh.
seems to be.
No, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Checking temperatures.
Yep.
Okay. Very
It's
good.
still bloody hot. It's dang hot.
No, it's fine on the couch sheet. It is literally just the map. And I
Yeah.
think it's things like the lighting, the drawing. I think it's just
Mm.
constantly spinning.
Is trying to do all the high power things that Roll20 could do that I'm not asking it to do at
You've
the moment.
just got to, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So I've
Yeah,
just got
that's
the
an
map
interesting problem.
and
Yeah, and feel free to minimize that again as we go through this discussion. I'll let you know if there's a roll impending. And actually, we can always open it up anytime there's a roll.
Will it let you pop out the character sheet and then close the main map window? Oh, I guess you get.
Yeah, that's what Christine's done.
That's what you've done. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's still plugging away.
No,
it's holding onto that nicely.
As long as the main screen is not displayed, it's
Oh,
lovely and cool and not a problem.
Right.
That is a fascinating observation that we are making online to many people. The map function in Roll20 is an aggressive user of power that draws heat rapidly. In our situation, we have a couple sharing a screen, and one of them only has a character sheet up. This has dropped the temperature and allowed this function to go on, and that the person with the character sheet only is not up temperaturing their system. So a fascinating little tidbit for all of you gamers out there as you move along. And I'm not saying anything bad about Roll20. I live on it and love it desperately for all the different games that it provides. So there you go. Okay, you are up first, and the baskets start coming up. Urchins move towards you, but the boy grabs your hand and says, "Please, ma'am." And ushers you further up past where the trebuchet is they've been trying to assemble.
Mm-hmm.
There is a not preteen, but just prior, maybe 10, 11 girl you recognize as sort of the leader from prior. And
Yep.
she has a crossbow quarrel sticking out of her chest. It's
Oh,
not
Ooh.
in a good position. It appears to be a lung shot. And she is bubbling pink, bright pink bubbles at the lips and is struggling to breathe.
right. That's an arrow in the lung by the sounds of it.
Hmm.
Sounds a bit bad. At this point, the other two get to the top of the ladder. Monty, what are you doing?
Monty is going to, based on the information provided earlier about the house and the other bits, he's going to try and survey things from ground level and kind of move where he thinks over the other side of the canal to see kind of what's in that area. Kind of do, kind of like make a scene, make it look like he's looking about, like where this, if there was if trying to look at like potential landing zones, but he's also scoping out where
Yeah.
other people might be lurking and things like that. So he's having a kind of a. I'm going to check to see, make a show of, going to see where things might.
Yeah.
Having a look around as well.
Okay,
just
so
scope out the
Sasha
area.
is Sasha immediately says to the young lad, "When was she shot?"
Mm.
This morning.
This morning.
It's just early afternoon.
Okay.
She's been struggling on pretty valiantly. Her eyes are shut. She's feverish and coughs once in a while, which leads to the big bubbles.
Mm,
Mm.
we need to get her down from this rooftop. We need to get her medical attention. She cannot stay here.
The boy looks at you. They shot her.
Did you see where the arrow came from?
It's those bastards across the canal.
Can I see anything across the canal at all?
Oh
Where
yeah,
they
you
shot the
see
gate?
there's a fairly ruined manor house that appears derelict, but there's some sort of thuggish looking folks hanging around outside out front.
Okay. Are they armed? Visibly armed?
Yep. In fact, one of them's got a big crossbow.
Okay.
And they're like, we weren't doing nothing. We were just looking to see if that was a place we could stay.
Hmm.
We didn't take nothing. We didn't do nothing. It's not her fault. And you can tell
No.
the boy is absolutely sweet on this young lady. They're roughly the same age.
Mm.
She coughs again and stops breathing. Rob?
No, I'm still breathing.
Okay, just checking.
Okay. I knew exactly where this was going as soon as you went. Okay. How much stress do I need to burn?
Oh, I'm just gonna take that stress like it's going out of style. I would say
17 points of
say-
stress.
I'd say for 2 stress, you can remove the quarrel, close wounds, and possibly save her with a roll. With 3 stress, you get an extra dice on that.
I'll take the 3 stress.
Okay, let's see this roll.
You got a lucky charm you could use as
Lucky
well.
charm.
You could
Charms,
use
lucky
that too.
charms.
Yeah, I'll use my lucky charm.
Nice.
Risky.
It is
Desperate?
risky.
Well, she's just stopped breathing, so I would say it's desperate.
It's desperate. Okay, mark it down as desperate.
Okay, so in which case that's 1 XP in my spirit box.
Mhm.
Lovely.
Yeah, if you succeed. If you succeed.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
not
just
sure, I
when I
think you-
roll a desperate action.
I think.
It doesn't say you must succeed.
Okay.
Is it standard?
I'm perfectly happy to. Yeah, standard effect. You will do what you want to do if you succeed in this.
Okay, watch all the ones.
No.
Ladies and
Oh, no.
gentlemen,
That's it.
There it is.
who is the hero of the freaking day?
Yeah,
Sasha.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
You took that extra.
That luck roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have.
Get that
Yeah.
fixed.
We could have worked. We could have worked with the 5.
Lucky charms.
Describe how this works, Rob.
Okay. So trying to keep it as short as possible because we got lots to do tonight. So basically, I stick my hand on the young girl's forehead, and basically I throw everything that I've got into this. Okay, and the moment she stops breathing, you hear this small little pop, and then you see the crossbow lift out of the chest cavity, out through the ribs where it had gone in between, and then it floats above her. All the while, whilst it's floating, everything seems to like pop, 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 until it gets to the outside part of the flesh where it just kind of knits together, and it's just left with a small purple scar where the arrowhead originally prtruded. Apart from that, there's no bruising, there's no blood under the skin, and everything seems to be right with the world. And then the arrow drops on a chest, and once the arrow lands on her chest again, then a few seconds later she inhales and the raspiness is gone, etc., etc. At which point I offer her a shitload of water.
Perfect. And she sits up and looks about surprised. She sees the trebuchet. What are you? Keep that hidden. You're not putting together right. But how did? And she's trying to figure out where she's
sit, my
at.
dear.
And
sit.
the boy says, "Those bastards shot you." What? Says across the way. Those bastards. We were investigating the house.
I turn to the boy and I go, "Can you identify the one that shot her?"
He looks across. He points at one of the thugs, the one with the big crossbow.
Okay. The trebuchet has got a ball there, I see.
It's not, yeah, but it's not completely set up correctly.
It doesn't.
It probably needs a little work. It doesn't need to.
I'm going to pick up the trebuchet ball. I'm going to slice my finger. I'm going to then throw that fucking ball straight at that guy, and I'm using blood magic.
Okay. Let's
I'm in the meantime ushering the urchins to the other side of the roof so they are no longer targets. Just other side.
Fair enough.
Here's some cheese and some bread. Come on, this side, over here.
Yeah, the guys on the other side are remarkably. It's a wide portion of the canal, and they're remarkably unfazed by whatever buffoonery is going on the other side of the canal. They may or may not have a good bead or idea of what's going on the roof. The initial shot took place as they were trying to infiltrate that building to see if it was a place they could use as their own. So these folks on the far side of the canal, even though they've seen some cops wandering around and they've seen some commotion, they're just keeping an eye on it. They
Okay.
may not completely understand until this ball comes
So
across.
I'm going to rechange. I'm not going to use the trebuchet ball. I'm going
Okay.
to use the crossbow bolt. I'm going to send it back to
Itself.
its owner.
And Sander.
Fair enough.
Whereabouts
In
am I?
fact, in
Whereabouts
fact,
am I?
with this blood magic itself, I'll give you an extra die on that.
Excellent. Risky? Standard?
It's risky. It'll be standard. You'll hit and do the damage you're wanting. Oh, look at that
And
double
then
sixes.
flames just explode into wings from
That's
my
your
ass as I just throw that bolt. And it goes spin, 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 and then straight into the thug's head.
Not before I'm picking. I lift up my sandwich, take a bite, and the crossbow bolt just goes straight through the sandwich.
Absolutely, you drop that guy. He where he is standing in the shadows between the two buildings on the far side, he just drops like a sack of potatoes. Plump. Actually, worse than that, he kicks back and then drops like a sack of potatoes. However, you do notice that his buddies have not noticed that he's gone yet.
Okay, and I look down at the woman, the young girl, and I'm pissed. No one should treat a child like this. Get the urchins to safety. Remove the damn trebuchet. The police now know that you've got it, and if you ever tell them where you got it, I won't be able to help you the next time. I've got some thugs to go and kill now. And then I climb down the ladder.
You hear the boy say, "I think I'm telling Lorenzo," and then they all bugger off. They disassemble.
Bloody Lorenzo, he always disappears. You know, he comes up with these crazy schemes and then he disappears when it comes time to sort out.
It's always us that has to clear up the mess, isn't it? I mean, God damn it.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
what
the
a time for
damn
Lorenzo to flee, huh?
They take apart the trebuchet like a group of piranhas would take apart a cow that fell in the wrong stream in the Amazon, and all run off with pieces and parts that they may or may not know well how to put back together across the rooftops. And the rooftop is now empty, and you guys can do as you choose.
Yeah. So Pietro didn't go up to the roof. He's positioned himself around a corner with a spyglass, and he's keeping an eye on the this house.
Okay.
Keep an eye. I mean, when you say it's derelict, it's presumably the house is still intact. It's still got windows and it's still got a roof. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the windows have been boarded over. You can see that some of them broken out. It's probably been used before. It's got 3 floors, and plus an attic that you can see that there's some small windows. Actually, let me double check. There are some windows that are in the side of the roof, right as the roof comes at an angle. There's some little windows across there, so you know that there's an attic above. And
dormer windows.
Yeah, something. Yeah, very similar. So that is what you see across the way that these folks were guarding, including the dead one in the shadows.
Is the other two? How many can Monty see at this point from where he is?
He can see 6.
6. Okay.
Yeah, 6 dudes, and they look like just hired punks.
Yeah.
They don't look like a part of a tough gang or whatever. They just look like punks. In
Yeah.
fact, they look a little bit like those guys that you met with out in the bay.
I'm wondering. Yeah, I wonder. Like, it was. Are there any that are kind of like alone or not? You know, not in a group or not paired off, or any that. Are
Oh
kind
yeah,
Of
they're standing idly. You can find one by themselves if you were to
yeah.
find a way to do so.
Yeah.
So let us discuss this really quickly. Is your goal to ingress into this place and
Monty's
see what's going on?
Monty's thought is to. He's got another sandwich. He's got a couple of sandwiches, and he's got one. He's put some sweet sleep in on one of them, and he's gonna try and get one of the guys to eat it, and then take him back to the house and interrogate, and question them.
Well, that's going to be interesting because it is they are close enough. You're not going to be able to just get one knocked out
Yeah.
without the other seeing it. But what I think is we're progressed to a quick engagement roll.
Yep.
Okay, and this engagement roll is to deal with the guards and get into the place and all that other stuff. Because there's something going on in that house that's worth figuring out.
Yep.
Yeah.
We can get in,
you
that'd be
don't
good
have
as well.
you don't have
Yeah.
hired thugs just standing around doing
No.
sweet FA if there's nothing in there.
Now, you do have cops around you that
Yeah.
you can leverage. However, there's certain things they may not need to know that you may want to know, etc. So think about that before you storm them in anywhere. It's
I would say you ask them to go perimeter.
That's probably not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, prevent any escape.
There is something that's lurking in the back of guys' brains, as you know that Uncle Loto has ascended. There's a possibility, excuse me, of implication of the house in certain things because you've seen him involved in certain things, and that would not be good. Anyway, is this, do you think, an assault? Is this arcane, deception, social, stealth, transport? What are you guys thinking about as a sort of kind of way to do this?
Well, I'd say this is an assault, isn't it?
I think this is a stealth assault.
A stealth
I
assault.
think it's arcane stealth assault.
God bless you guys as
Right.
normal for
cheese on top.
being as you
Yeah,
are.
with cheese on top, exactly.
Oh,
Well,
hang on.
okay.
I think it's actually an arcane stealth assault with transport for exvac.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have we missed anything?
And we're going to distract these thugs, so that's deception.
Socially?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep,
Monty's
we're
going to
gonna
talk to
aren't
them,
we?
so it's basically all of it. I mean, we are
Maybe you're
unorthodox.
socially.
We are
Social deception. Yeah.
So thankfully with this awesome game, you must pick one. So I can ask you a question.
I don't know. What
I would
do you
say
reckon? Social?
primarily it's an assault.
Oh, okay. You
Okay.
see, the bloodthirsty
we
Pietro wants
expect
to go for an assault.
Look, I mean, even if we go in stealthily, we expect a fight inside, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably so.
no, I hope not. I've not got enough stress.
Oh no! How did that happen?
Yeah.
Ah, sucks to be me, right?
Yeah. And we were counting on you for fireballs.
I'll sort something out. Okay, so it's an assault. Of course it is, because we just killed
Okay.
the hidden guy straight away.
So the
Yeah.
question is, what's your point of attack going to be on this?
Okay,
Ah,
so this place has the windows are boarded up, but some of them are broken out. Is there
Some of them are broken out.
Is there an open, a window we can use on the ground floor that's easy
Absolutely.
to get to?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There are some of those dudes wandering around in front, but yes,
What about,
you
what about the
guys.
back?
Oh, you don't know. If you guys were to, if we were to do a proper setup for this and give you questions to answer, I think you would find out that around back there's the rest of these guys. So it's still about 6, but they're just rotating around, and there are similar windows and similar shabbiness there as well.
I think once
Just
he's gonna
out of
come back, he'll come back to the group and passed on what he's seen, but he hasn't actually gone and
absolutely.
interacted with them.
But no one's watching the backside of the house as people might see that are wandering on the esplanade on the other side.
Yeah.
So if we make a big noise at the front, I mean, these thugs are not well trained.
No, no, not at all.
They'll all come running.
Okay. Do you want to
and
alert anyone in the
then
house?
We'll jump in the back, yeah?
Do you want to alert anyone in the house? How
No.
loud is this?
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, nothing, something that might attract their attention, but
Okay.
not. So, let's have a.
The sound of milk bottles being knocked over.
Yep.
Around
I
the corner.
think that what I'd
Something
like
that
to do
will
is
attract
that let's make this roll. Let's make this engagement roll. Is this errand bold or daring?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
always is when it.
Always,
So-
always us. Yeah.
Is it complex or contingent? I don't think it is.
Not really. It's
No.
pretty straightforward.
Straightforward.
Does the
It's
plan leverage your house strengths?
Well, we're looking out for the little guy.
I think so.
yeah.
Very
And
good,
we're
though.
using the
Strongest-
watch as well, aren't we?
Yes, you are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is the target strongest? Nope.
No, 'cause I just took him out.
Can friends or contacts provide an insight? Nope. I will give you a minus die for enemies, rivals.
We get
will
my
this-
+1 from artful trespass.
Okay. So there's how many pluses so far? 1.
8.
You got to help me, guys.
I think 2 pluses, 1 minus so far.
So bold and daring, house strengths,
Yeah.
Artful
and
trespass +3.
then okay, yep, and then so -1, so still +2.
Yeah.
Will this
also got,
endanger?
the waters in which we swim.
Yes. Knock it out. So you're up to 3.
Yep.
Will this endanger reflect poorly upon one of your parent? Nope. Will you? Nope. Okay. Any other factors? I think we're +3. Plus your 1 for good luck. So you have 4 dice for your engagement roll.
Well, I think Mochlain's rolling well tonight, so
Yeah.
He's rolled some serious good stuff.
Yeah.
Mochlain,
You don't want me.
4d6.
See, I can't even keep my
Un-
charger cable in.
So we've also got
Did he plug that into his head?
yeah,
I knew it. I
Is
knew
it-
it all along. We thought the AI was bad for Shutterstock. Okay, a 4.
So also I've got the special ability baited and set. You are a master planner, gain 1 free flashback and take a +1 effect when setting or having set a trap.
Okay.
set-
In that case, can we have a flashback whereby we go back, speak to Lorenzo, he creates a poop juice that can basically explode, and then that's what we set off, and we throw it
Absolutely.
like a grenade. So
I think like 36
everybody out the
stress would
front
be
is
plenty.
like poop juice over them.
Yeah.
It creates a sort of foggy smoke that has them coughing and choking and spluttering,
Yeah.
and they can't really see clearly.
So what
and he's
I
been
will
working on
say
it for a couple of days.
is ignoring everything that was just previously said. I'll instead go to because I God bless you, Rob. Anyway, I think a 4 means you can get to the house to a point of entry and be discovered by one guard. Go ahead.
But if we're able to use the flashback, I need to re-roll because I get 5 dice.
Yes, it gets a
Mm.
+1 effect when setting or having set a trap.
No, that's
Okay.
+1 effect.
Effect.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yes, it's +1
That's
effect.
not a +1 to an engagement roll.
No, it's +1
Engagement
effect.
roll.
So, in which case,
Yeah.
Sasha should really roll it and then have the effect as a difference.
So basically, what that would be is the gas grenade. The gas grenade would be more effective,
Yes.
is what we're saying.
So, does she get anything that actually helps the engagement roll with the words engagement roll?
No. So
No.
the 4 stands.
Okay. So hold on to that for a awesome flashback that will come sometime in the very near future. However,
I know I
at
shouldn't
this
have rolled.
point, where do you want to be? The back side of the house? One of the sides of the house? On the
Yeah.
roof? I mean,
Backside.
where do you want? Backside of the house. Okay.
Backside of the house, because we don't really want to be seen by the citizenry, just in case he does get back to the house or back to our house.
I guess the
Okay.
watch are kind of out the front anyway, and that sort of area, aren't they?
So
Yeah.
with a 4, here's what happens. The guard who wanders around the corner and sees you guys getting ready. I don't know. You may have boosted one person through. Who's first?
I'll go first if no one's
Okay.
going to stick their hand up.
I can go. I'm quite good at skulking.
Okay. So let's
Nope.
say that Monty is through the window, and that who is doing the little boost for people coming through?
I'll do that.
Very good.
I get a resistance, a complication related to detection of security against the coterie when I'm present, so that will help, possibly.
Okay. Who's next in line to go up the? Okay.
Me.
So Mochlain is last in line to go through the window. At this point, a guard, one of those guards, walks around the back corner, goes, "What?" aims his pistol and will fire at Pietro, who is doing the boosting.
Okay,
But this is something that can be influenced by your rolls and your decisions right now. So what do you guys do when you see this guard come around the corner and start fumbling for his gun to go to make the shot?
Okay, so how far is Sasha in the window? Is she like?
No, it's not Sasha.
Of...
Monty's in the window. Sasha is in your hand with her, probably her arms up to touch the window frame as she's getting ready to go through.
If I'm inside already, can we use my special armor to resist if this is a complication and he throws a throwing dagger out the window? Is that not quite how that would work?
Not quite.
Okay.
But it's not quite security in that means.
It also detection. It does relate to detection as well. Detection or security.
Okay, Piet, what? Hang on.
So what's happening here is not the security so much, like alarm was tripped or whatever. It's the engagement roll itself put this problem in your path.
Okay.
So that's sort of why I'm doing it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Pietro is going to raise his arm, flex his wrist, and a concealed mechanism that he's got on his wrist is going to shoot a stiletto blade at this guy.
Ooh. Okay. Is this requiring anything?
So,
Yeah, well, probably a flashback to show him inventing this device.
Very
can I
good.
just ask a question? The guard, is it one of the thug guards or is it one of the police?
Oh, yeah,
guards?
yeah. Oh, it's one of the thug guards. Absolutely.
Ah, right. Okay. Just wanted
Yep.
to make sure.
So, 2 stress and give me a roll from the tinker or whatever you use to make this thing.
So yeah, I have the expertise ability, which says, you may use it during the next errand to flashback without costing stress.
Boom. No stress.
So there we
Okay.
go. So yeah, so
Mark
he's going
that
to use a tinker roll.
Let's do it. See how this thing works.
Risky position, desperate.
I think it is. I think it's risky. No. He was shooting at you. It's desperate.
Yeah. Okay. And effect.
Will be standard. Your
The-
stiletto gun will work as you wanted.
There we go. There's a 5.
Okay. So you pop that thing goes across. You drop Sasha, who is sort of standing in your hands. So she falls back down, and it hits him wherever you want.
In the neck.
Perfect. He goes, but his gun goes, boom,
Yeah.
into the air. Okay.
Okay.
Is that fair enough for a 5?
Sasha. It's
Seems
amazing,
reasonable.
Sasha. He can drop you from a window, but he won't push Cosimo off a roof.
Ah.
Yeah.
So you can hear footsteps coming down the passageways on either side of the building.
Yeah. Okay. Can we all get in time?
Let's see. Who wants to make a roll to get you all inside?
Wow, I think that should be
Do that.
somebody.
Okay.
I'm inside. I can
Help 'em out.
direct people in to kind of like.
Yeah, that's it. You can hoik them in.
Yeah.
I can help lift.
One person can help.
Yeah.
So there we go. So you get an extra dice from one person helping you out, and then there you go.
Help.
Is it so skulk?
Whatever you want.
Maneuver.
Yeah. I'll use. I'll use skulk.
Okay.
What is it? Risky, control, desperate,
It's risky.
risky.
It'll be standard.
Can I switch it to desperate for an improved?
Yes, you may, including the bonus for that. And
Yeah, I
if
also
so,
get-
they will all get in, and no one will have realized you've gone through the window.
I also get another die for if I roll a desperate action and I take minus, but I do get -1 die to any resistance rolls if it gets consequences.
Okay.
So it's
Fair
like
enough.
extra bonus, but it is slightly more risky. So
Let's see what happens.
I get XP, which is nice.
Can you? I mean, this is a hard one, but can you describe how you do it that gives you this extra benefit where they're going to slip in without being seen or noticed, or even unnoticed that anyone's gone through the window? Is what you're doing.
When I've been waiting in there, I've had a look for any kind of. I've taken off my cloak and put it on the ground to kind of minimise any footfall noise, people landing, and anything that's on the ground. I've cleared a bit of the space, make sure there's no broken glass or pottery or furniture to make a kind of an area, and I kind of push the chair against the inside of the door on the inside to give us a bit more chance to kind of just defend a defensible position for the moment.
Gotcha. It looks like it's a low parlor. That there's some furniture that's been covered with drapes and things like, well, with cloth. The carpet is threadbare, and the couple of pictures that are on the wall of various personalities are dust covered. There's the
Nice.
6 we were looking for, and through the window you move rapidly. Zip, 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 leaving the fallen person outside with no indication of how you came in or out, including by whatever means you do, that the window does not look like you have all just plowed through it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move some kind of if there's a kind of like any kind of furniture inside, I'll move that in kind of like to block the aperture slightly.
Very good.
Like,
And from that, we have overcome the last roll, which gave away your position and caused movement. Okay. So you're in this low parlor that has furniture covered with drapes. We said the pictures that covered with dirt, dust. What do you guys want to do?
Pietro, would it be a good idea, because the guy's just shot? Did you get your stiletto back, by the way?
No, didn't have time.
Okay.
You
Would
have
it be
two-
a good
you have
idea
two more,
if I could
Pietro.
if I could get
You have two
Grandad
more.
to stand there, and then when everybody comes running, he basically runs around the front? Because it would make look like that the guy came around the corner, saw a figure, didn't realise that it was a ghost, and then shot, and the ghost
don't
did
follow.
something.
I'm not following.
I was going to use Grandad as a distraction.
Okay, but
Fair
no one
enough.
can see Grandad, can they?
If I
Now-
ask him to make himself present, then
Yeah.
yeah.
Now,
Okay.
the nice thing is you got in without them knowing you got in.
Yeah.
So they don't know where the bolt came from. And by the way, someone else is dead that they just ran by
Mhm.
from a bolt.
Oh,
So
yes.
they are going to be upset and worried.
Well, the bolt
They will
on the
probably
on
come
the
in-
big thug. I mean, it's his own bolt anyway, so it's got the
Yeah,
same
so-
colour
so
for the
sh-
flies. So they're more
Yeah.
likely just thought he accidentally fell on his own bolt
Yeah,
while
absolutely.
shaving.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Mm.
So odds are these guys who come to the back of the house are going to run to the front of the house, to the door, and go through to let whoever is inside the house that they're guarding know what's going on. However, there's only 4 of them now instead of 6. What do you guys choose to do?
I think we should go
Maybe
straight
this-
to the front of the building and find out who they're guarding.
I think we just keep search the building, because I don't know if these thugs are going to come in. They might only be outside. I don't know. I think we
Fair
just
enough.
move in and search the building.
I think we move in, and if we move to the front door and basically bar it so they can't actually get in the front door.
Or about
That's
back
fair
door.
enough.
Yeah.
Well,
There
if it
is
was
a
a back
back
door,
door
we would have
a
actually have
front
walked
door.
in through the back door, wouldn't we?
It's all boarded up.
Right.
So there we go.
That one's
there
already
we go.
boarded up.
Is the front door boarded up?
No.
No, not as much. It looks like it's probably been removed and
Okay.
used.
So yeah, let's go. I agree. Let's go and bar the door.
Okay.
Stop them gaining entrance that way.
Do you
I mean, it won't
choose to make a
stop
bunch
them
of?
coming in through the window.
No,
like
it
we
won't.
did.
It won't stop them completely, but slow them down a bit.
Yeah.
They have to think of a new way in.
Now,
us a few
do
minutes.
you wish to make a lot of noise in barring this door, or how are you choosing to do this?
Stealthily.
Stealthily, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Monty's going
definitely
to
what-
sit in front of it.
Yeah, we get Monty to bar it.
Yeah.
Stealthily.
With a couple of
we're
gondolas that he
talking-
had in his back pocket.
And we're talking about Monty from the other adventure set, so that it's a big monstrous metal dragon. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So what I'm doing is I'm covering the door with honey, and I've pulled out this big bear that I'm wedging against the door and getting it to lick the honey.
Okay.
Trained bear.
The trained bear,
Yeah.
and basically it's barring the door with its bum.
Right. So I,
Would
As
I
it
you
do-
like-
happily munches on honey that I've given it in a pot.
so I will very kindly ask you, how much stress would you like to spend for that? to sneak a bear in through the window while you're going through the window and where it came from. And
Ah, shucks.
okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Okay.
Would it cost extra stress if the bear was wearing a tutu?
Damn straight. Now,
We pulled the bear out from under the table where we'd positioned it in advance. Yeah, flashback.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work for you. You see, I can do it, but it doesn't work for you.
so what I would say is, you guys probably have a mallet that has been deadened to
Well-
where you can probably pound some nails in to help shut the door without
got-
making too much noise.
I've got burglary gear and I've got demolition tools. So I'm pretty certain that we could actually wedge where the door is hinged to stop
Yeah.
it from
Okay.
opening. And
I've got
Monty
climbing
gear.
electric.
I've got climbing gear with
Anyone else have-
pitons and hammers and
Okay.
things like that, so we could.
I mean, I'm just going to throw this out there. Does the door have bolts, top and bottom, or
Yeah.
a bar?
just shut it.
We'll just bolt it then.
Bolt door?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take the top
so
if
anyway-
Pietro takes the bottom.
So to speak,
No, it doesn't work. for me.
and you guys have the front door bolted.
Still doesn't
No,
work.
you got. There you go.
Yay!
And by the time you have bolted the door and moved away from it, there's a set of stairs just off the front door that look like they're going up to upper floors. There's rooms on either side that seem silent and dusty. The only footfall you can see in the dust is up the stairs.
There isn't anything like downstairs as a basement or kind of like cellar. that we
Not
can
that you have
see.
seen. There
we've
might be
seen,
something
yeah.
off the kitchen or something like
Yeah.
that. that you haven't
Well,
seen.
Sa-
Pantry or something.
Sasha is our tracker, so I suggest
Absolutely.
you try and find.
Yeah.
Do you okay?
You go ahead. We'll follow you.
Okay, so you head up the stairs, Sasha, with the
Mhm.
others behind you. What is your rough marching order, just for my own edification?
Well, obviously, I'm going to be in the front.
Mhm.
I'll take the rear if you want.
Okay.
So to speak. Okay.
Monty
Follow.
in the
I'll
middle.
follow Sasha.
Monty behind me, maybe.
I'll be
Okay.
tail end Pietro.
If you've got
Very
if you
good.
haven't got a mirror, Sasha, I've got a mirror that you can use to look around corners and things.
Don't know what again, my kit.
That's
That's pretty cool.
a normal a standard piece of gear you get. I get.
That's pretty cool. So
I have
yeah,
a fine spyglass.
that's a telescope. His little mirror is specifically designed for breaching
It-
corners.
Yeah, peering direct. It says perfect for peering discreetly in the doors, around corners, or covertly signaling,
Yep.
for example.
So as you move up the stairs quietly together, this is how you sort of peek up each level. So I said 3 floors, ground, first, second, as I'm translating. The footfall that you see on the stairs does not really go off too much. There is some that just wanders off to the sides. That's probably just people exploring.
Mm.
But the main footfalls continue up towards the attic. As you get to the top of the stairs,
Oh my god, we'll be under attack by a hideous painting.
pretty much, you can see a long open space across the full top of the building. And you're on the stairs or just peeking around low with the
Oh,
mirror.
God. That is a hideous painting.
It is especially hideous after I stretch it a little bit to try and make the picture look better.
It
And
looks like an alien with a wig.
God bless. Anyway, everyone who is a DM out there, just understand the joy I have in this particular group. Anyway, looking down the length of this, you can hear Sasha some whispering. Low, actually, it's not whispering, it's talking at low tones. It's probably somewhere way down that other end. And the only word you catch out of it, give me a luck roll.
Luck roll.
Just a 1d6.
Okay. So I just got to get a different screen up.
I'm sorry. I did
No,
that
it's
to
okay.
you off the cuff.
1d6.
We could have had
Oh dear.
perfect. You don't hear a damn thing besides whispering down there.
Yay! I control the dice. The dice are mine.
I'm so glad I had you do that. So
No,
you can
the roof.
see, I mean,
It's empty, guys. It's empty. It's empty, guys.
maybe in that sort of splay of light at the far end,
Mhm.
you might see a table with some men standing around it. You're not, it's down there. There's a lot of shadows. There's some weird light.
Mhm.
And you're looking down there with the small mirror around the corner.
No, I'd use my fine spyglass.
Oh, you lay that across there.
Mhm.
Then I will show you who you see. And by the way, the names you see are from your talking with the watch about people who are wanted and seeing some of the signs.
Okay.
I see the signs.
Oh, no. Oh, crap. That was close.
Okay. Leonardo Alberio, Urbano Leon, what's that? Ulysse Palmio
Mm-hmm.
and Doffo Dufialis.
Now we know the name Leonardo Alberio. I recognise Leon because he roughed up
Albano Leon is a well-known
thug,
associate of Cosimo de Rossi.
and
Yes.
we've had Dofo introduced to us by name only before, but this Ulysses Palmeo, I can't remember overhearing his name anywhere, but he's got one fine moustache.
Yes, he does.
It is. Maybe this is just a meeting of the Covert Moustache Club.
There's a
And
lot of
and
mustachios. There's a lot of mustache going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Ulysses, I think he actually dyes his hair or he dyes his moustache because under the cap he's grey.
Give me a break. I had 15 minutes with AI to make it.
So
No,
do you
this is-
think that
no,
this gang is the
seriously,
Black
you've done a great
Moustache
job.
Gang? It's the Black Moustache Gang, isn't it? That's
Oh,
their
yeah.
motif. That's what they go by. So
Well,
anybody who joins
use
has to grow a moustache and he's got to be black.
I use the same prompt for 3 of them. So
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm guessing this is Cosimo's gang. I mean, it's written at the top of the picture, but
Oh no! Could it possibly be?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wouldn't be able to put 2 and 2 together. Okay, so for Anthony, would you
Yeah.
allow me for no stress to alter my facial appearance so that I've got a black moustache?
Absolutely.
Ilrian,
Excellent.
it says.
I've now grown a black moustache. I think I could actually pass as one of the gang.
I've got to find. Well, Monty carries disguise gear.
Love
He
you.
can give
Well, you
Aw.
can,
give you.
you can try. You can try walking over, twirling your moustache, and see
Yes.
if it works.
Just
Now
see
then, my
what
fine
happens.
fellows. Sorry. Now then, fellas. How are we doing? It's a blimey scorcher of a day, isn't it?
Nice. Great accent. Work with that. Work with that. Anyway, so, so and what's funny is that will be lost on some people who watch this. But anyway,
Yeah.
there's a small mirror piece that is up just over the top stair. If one of those people on the far end of the room had great eyesight, they would see an eyeball in that mirror. And that eyeball, what color are your eyes, Sasha?
Good question.
Just make something up if you don't know.
It's all good.
I might have written it. Don't know off the top of
Oh,
my head.
yes, you would have written it.
Oh,
So-
yes.
Uh,
In amongst a
What was it?
plethora of other descriptions.
It's yeah,
I don't know.
a five chapter
What-
history.
Whatever
Black
she
from
wrote.
her face, dark chocolate brown skin.
Yep.
Her eyes are a piercing blue.
Wow. That's an interesting color
Cool.
alteration. But if one of those guys were able to see all the way down to that little fragment of mirror that's looking up the top of the stairs, they would see that piercing blue, sort of gunmetal blue, not sky blue, not and stop me if I'm carrying away with something that you want to go with a different direction. The sort of the steely gunmetal blue, we just lost
Interesting.
Sasha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had to
she's
drop
dis-
out. I can't
Okay.
charge the iPad to run that
Fair enough.
and have
Fair
fans
enough.
going through the laptop, so
Mm.
I only
It'll
have
just
the
give
one
Ro-
charging point at my disposal.
It just gives Rob something to do to make him happy. So
You just have to
the-
reminding him I exist.
that that steel blue eye with little flecks of gold and green, this peering around the corner and is describing what's going on, which is why one of your party has grown himself a mustache just for jollies. What do you guys choose to do with this knowledge?
Shall
I'm
we
gonna-
kill them?
I'm going to pass what it really is, basically a repurposed firework
Ooh.
to Sasha. So it's what Pietro did was he took the powder out of a firework, packed it into a cylindrical container with a fuse.
Ooh.
So basically a makeshift flashbang.
Wow.
All you need to do is give the thumbs up, and it goes off.
That's it, exactly.
Absolutely. So I will give you that for 1 stress for a flashback. Okay?
Yep.
Because
Lovely.
that's something you could probably do in your sleep
Yeah.
to some
Pretty simple.
extent.
Yep.
And I will ask for the tinker roll for how it goes off when or if Sasha chooses to shoot it in their direction.
Oh, I think
And I
we
will-
do that, don't we?
I will give a extra die bonus for her aiming.
Okay. So position.
It's risky.
Okay.
I'd say that it's no, it's standard. It will give you all room to move to within engagement distance.
Can I use an extra stress to make it great effect?
Yes, you may, which will give you all first moves when you get there.
Can do that.
Okay. And the great effect is not so great. However, it pops off. You see they're covering their eyes.
Sorry, could I just interject? I have invocation. So basically, I may push myself to speak a curse, channeling arcane power and turning it against anyone in the area vulnerable to your assault. You may spend 1 stress for each additional feature. The damage is elemental, fire, lightning, acid, frost, etc. in nature. It affects objects as well as people. You and anyone you choose get 2d to resist the effects. You cast subtly enough to avoid notice.
Ooh,
Do you
nice.
want to burn that stress, which, by the way, is not a terrible thing for this, to
Yeah.
apply a fire effect on each of these gentlemen?
I was
Ooh.
going to go with acid, actually. So
Fair enough.
when the makeshift firework thing goes boom, with that is the invocation. So I cast the invocation on the firework thing. So when it goes kaboom, they get sprayed with acid.
Perfect.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because the acid will eat through anything that's down in there and what have you. But hopefully they'll take, and these guys take a +2 to avoid anything.
Perfect.
Okay. So
Nope.
the only thing is I've got to push myself, which is actually 2 stress.
Okay. Take it.
Okay. So I've done that.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is with this splatter, this comes down here. And I'm going to do this just simply with draw. And I'm going to, come here. I'm just going to go boom. Oh, come on. I'm going to go, okay. You know what? God bless. Roll 20 at this point.
Mhm.
I just want to go, I just want to go like that, like that, like that, and like that, and say each of them have taken a wound, which will
Okay.
hurt them in other ways.
Mm.
In fact, I have to look in here. I'm going to say, give me a second here. Choose, cancel. We'll decide to choose. We'll decide to choose. So I'm adding some things to their clocks.
Couple of wedges. Yeah.
Yep. And their defenses. And they also have taken a wound in the process. So you can look at those and see what's going on. I will say
Did the final one take anything? I didn't see.
he
Yeah, the
did take
defense went up by
one
1.
wedge.
Yeah,
Take one wedge.
just
okay.
one wedge.
Right.
He seemed to do something with his hands that caused a ripple in the air that he didn't take as
Ah.
much damage.
Okay.
One-eyed man.
Oh.
Have you not caught
I haven't done to that.
one-eyed man?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not our one-eyed man though.
Ah, interesting.
Is
Yeah.
it, or is it not? It's not our one-eyed man, is it?
Are
No,
we
it's
sure it's
not
not
our
our
one-eyed
one-eyed
man.
man?
Yeah, because our one-eyed man is called 17th to the 4th, Daniel Akelani, the Dean
Could
of
be
the
disguised, though.
Schoolum Magica.
Okay.
It is definitely not Dofo de Filias or
This has got an
Filias.
alias.
You could have an alias.
Mm.
You could have an alias.
Aphalius. Aphalius.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could have an alias. I totally agree, but yeah. But we don't know what that guy's name is. We just know that he's a one-eyed man, so with a moustache.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Very good.
Well, I mean, you recognise the guy, don't you? You know him from the university, so
Yes.
is that him?
Is that him?
It's not him.
It's
It's
not
not
him.
So it's a simple
But-
question. Right.
So
That
it's
gave
another
me
knack
great joy.
that's got
Yeah.
an eye patch.
Yeah.
And it gave me great joy to give you slightly a a thing to worry about. Okay.
Yeah.
Another one-eyed
Um,
man with Noki-like abilities.
Yes.
Hmm.
Another
Nakinora type.
another
Skills.
another knocking around. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these wounded, surprised individuals dive to the side and are taking cover behind different pieces of furniture.
Yeah.
And you saw some of them seem to be drawing firearms of some sort.
But while they were stunned, we had closed to.
Oh, you can absolutely, because what we said, you guys
Yeah.
can close down that distance at
Yeah.
top speed.
And we get the extra extra attack.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. And they do not draw weapons. They are simply drawing what they can to protect themselves as you lunge upon them. Who goes
Mhm.
where?
They're rummaging in their pockets.
Who goes where? Good question. Well, I think knack against knack. Yeah.
Nope. No,
No?
I'll be honest with you.
Why not?
I'm beelining for Lyon.
Okay. And
But
Pietro,
I-
I will give you this. You have heard of Ulysses as being he has been used as a surrogate in many events, some where houses will hire him and substitute him in as a member of their house for a duel.
Okay.
He is probably deadly with a blade.
Oh boy.
Okay. Well, I mean, with an extra attack, I'm
Yeah,
gonna basically shoot him. That's I mean,
absolutely.
close-
Why?
I'm,
Don't
you know, I'm not gonna close. I'm just gonna, you know,
bang.
pull out
Okay.
pull out my shotgun and shoot him.
Shotgun.
Wow.
So you're plastering down the end with a shotgun. All of them gonna
Yeah.
get hit.
Hey, look.
Gun splatter.
I mean, from
Do
what
what
I've
you gotta
heard,
do.
from what I've heard, if you want to attack a house, you take a shotgun.
Okay.
I will say that Monty, you have heard that Leonardo Barrio, this guy, you see his face and you go, "Oh, that's who that is."
Mm.
He's a sometime informant for multiple houses and different things.
Was he on my list?
Probably so.
Can we
Yeah,
subdue
I
him
think
and then
so.
use him?
And Dolfo, he was on a list in your instructor's house as one of his instructees. What was his
Okay.
name? I can't think of it to save myself, but
Owen.
Owen. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. You may have actually crossed paths with him as he left the house as you were coming in at one point.
Okay, so who's taking Dofo, the knack? That would be better at range, I'll be honest with you, as we're closing down.
I'll shoot at him then with my rifle from back where we've come up the entrance.
You gonna stay there?
Sharpshootering at him.
Perfect. Okay. Understand that the things you're doing now are taking down their clocks. They're not killing them outright.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So let us go to Sasha, who is taking this shot down the length of the hall through her running teammates at Dolfo.
Mm-hmm.
And she can do this. She's done this in her sleep 1,000 times. This is not crazy for her to shoot between the running legs of her friends.
Well, I'm thinking she doesn't have to, because from what I remember of the picture, there was a lot of boxes and chairs down the sides. So
Absolutely.
we're running down the center of this thing.
Yeah.
She
Very
can
good.
step to the side and shoot over the top of the boxes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I like that. I prefer that actually for the fiction. And let's take this shot. Are you aiming for his defenses? Are you trying to distract him?
I'm
Taunt?
trying
It's not really
to-
a taunt.
No, it's more of a, I think, distract him, trying to put him off his whatever it is
Okay,
he
you're-
intends to try and do. I'm trying to, yeah,
Absolutely. So let's make
let
the
him lose
shot.
his track.
Absolutely. And remember that a 1-2 is going to be down, low, and then as we move up across everything that's in this clock. Okay, let's do this.
Okay, so I'm using my sharpshooter skill.
So I take that back. You've got to
Okay.
actually hit the guy before you do damage on the clock.
Yeah.
So, okay, here we go.
Okay. Hang on.
Them bones,
Oh, bugger.
them dead bones.
Oh, bugger. No, don't do that. Oh, poo. Oh,
Them bones, them poo bones.
there it is. Right. So is this risky?
Yep,
Yep.
and standard.
Right.
Boom, go for it.
Standard. Okay. And I'm going to use my lucky charm as well to try and gain me
Very
an extra
good.
dice.
Very good.
Okay. So
Oh
Look at that.
yes.
Critical.
So, what I'll say with this is, he is distracted.
I better hope so.
100%.
Yeah.
Boom, 100%.
Yeah.
So the next attack upon him will cause damage as he lunges to the side desperately from this shot that grazes him and goes across. Who's next? Remember that
Yeah.
the distracted clock resets after
Yeah.
a round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, Pietro is I think I was basically
Pounding.
legging it down there, cloak billowing.
Shotgun out.
Yeah. Sawn off shotgun out. Sawn off shotgun.
Phew.
And basically, yeah, he's just gonna, seeing that this guy has dived to the side
Yeah.
Off balance
and
completely
is completely off balance.
open to attacks.
It's an open shot. He's gonna take it.
Just you're gonna shoot at that guy.
Gonna shoot him.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's do it.
So position.
It's risky, but at the same time, it's going to be a standard effect.
Yeah.
You will do what you wanted to do.
Do you get any plus dice to it from me?
Did you really? Okay. Explain how this guy expires.
Like that. Big explosion. Okay.
Very good.
Basically, he's dived to the side to
Yep.
get out of the way of
My
Sasha's
attack.
shot. So he's sprawled on the ground.
But he stupidly dived right into your.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, right into
Yeah,
your
he-
line of sight.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Pietro just
It's
Takes
probably
him
like a
centre
two,
mass.
maybe 2 feet away.
Yeah,
When you just go boom.
yeah.
Absolutely. And you have taken out their knack.
Yeah,
Okay, yes, I think
that's pretty important.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Well done. What?
Well
you
done,
down?
guys.
It doesn't work.
You make
Okay.
a brilliant team. You've got to put two
No,
up.
there you go. That's it. You turn
Very good. So in the 12 minutes we have left, let us move on to Monty,
Good for me.
who is to you. Oh, you did the shot. And so we need to move to Monty and to Mochlain on their actions as they sprint down right behind Pietro.
While we're waiting at the top of the stairs, and as Sasha was indicating that there's people down there, he's gone and taken one of the sandwiches he picked up a couple, and he's coated it in oil, and he's set fire to it, and he's going to lob the sandwich at them, the flaming sandwich at them. That'll be rather distracting.
Okay.
Okay, so you're aiming for a
might-
distraction.
And it might he's going to try and aim it towards the behind them, so therefore they they won't be able to escape down
So,
any
what-
potential stairs the other side if it catches fire to anything.
Okay,
It's a
so
well-placed French stick.
Yeah.
why don't you pick one of them to use the distract upon?
I should say ciabatta. It's probably a ciabatta, given the setting.
I think it would be
Yeah.
a ciabatta, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go for Ebano, I think.
Very
He's
good.
already got one.
I like it. I like it. It flies
Unconventional
over his shoulder.
unconventional weaponry.
So let's see what happens. It flies over his shoulder.
What the heck do I need to roll for this?
It's risky. It's standard, but tell me what you're rolling.
I'm going to do Tinker because it's technically
Absolutely.
technically a
Absolutely.
construction of some kind.
Absolutely. You built this thing to distract.
The flaming sandwich.
I
Yeah.
love it.
I'm
Well,
assuming I'm assuming there's hot sauce involved.
Oh yeah.
Probably so.
What was it? What was the
Got to have.
stats again?
It's risky standard. Let's see.
Standard.
And it's got olives and jalapenos in it as well. Or maybe just
I had-
onion and olives.
I'm going to use my luck charm for this. I think.
I can just picture
yeah.
it. Hit him in the face.
fair
The
enough.
melted cheese goes everywhere.
He's blinded for 2 rounds. There's a success.
Okay, you got a 6.
Yeah, it was really difficult to get that melted mozzarella off your
Yeah.
face. It's like,
That is.
The
That
cocktail of the
burns.
olive hits him in the eye. And he...
That will leave a
One,
welt.
2,
tell ya.
3.
They do
So
call- well, they do call them doorstops sometimes. The big, big.
zap. So you have distracted him all the way to nearly 2, and I'd say he probably looks over his shoulder and will be distracted for this round.
Probably the first time it's been
Um,
attacked with a sandwich.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's go to Mochlain.
I'm just thinking, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie.
It's
Yeah, that's right,
ciabatta.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Mochlain.
no!
You see the gnat go down. Whoa, nice, Christine. It didn't work for you. Oh.
Oh, do it.
Oh.
So sweet.
I think it has
That's
consent to
so unfair, So unfair, Christine.
Right.
So unfair.
Okay, so I see the nut go down. I see that Leon is
Distracted.
is
a
he
little
fully
bit, I mean-
distracted or
Nope. You won't take damage unless you distract him more. But he's not acting this round.
okay? In that
As
case,
you guys close.
I'm going to close and I'm going to with my two blades.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to slash at him to try and distract him again.
Urbano?
Urbano,
Brilliant.
Leon. Yeah, I'm
All
just
right.
concentrating on Leon.
Get it.
I mean, nobody pisses about with my man or anyone that's under my
Let's do it.
employ. Risky
Get it.
standard. That's that done. A 5 and a 4.
Okay. Absolutely. The 5 fills that up. So he is filled up for this round.
And then I would like to spend a point of influence, please.
To do?
To have a second attack. I've got 2 swords. Can I do that?
Influence.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Not that I know of.
Can I?
That's not. I mean,
It's a second action in downtime. But
yeah.
I mean, that's really
not
cool.
unless you persuaded someone else to do it for you, and you're going to pay them some money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Sadly.
okay. So can I have my second attack then? Because I am using 2 swords.
No.
Okay.
But you completely got him spinning around trying to take care of himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me right now, baby, right now.
Exactly. I think we are at a point where has everyone gone? Monty?
Yeah.
You've gone,
Monty-
everyone's gone.
Monty's gone,
Do
Yeah.
we want to stop here or do you want to run for 20 more minutes
I probably need to
and
stop,
see if
to
we
be
can
honest.
kill these guys? Okay, let's
let's
stop here.
Yeah.
And you are in mid-fight. It is
Mhm.
their turn. So when we come back next time, it is
I missed
their
a
turn. Now, we are not
what-
knocking
what-
off one of your sessions
Mm.
of your 3 for the session for the season. Okay, this is sort of a carry on, and hopefully we'll have Lorenzo pop back into things as we go. But,
Lorenzo wasn't with us on this occasion. He's not like just he's just not present in this activity.
absolutely, he was doing something. You're not quite sure.
Something.
We'll ask him when he comes
Yeah.
back.
He turns up late. Yeah, he turns up late
yeah,
in the fight, and the
with a
first we know
bear.
of it is well, I'm thinking probably a bee's nest flies overhead. Maybe hornets. Yeah.
Absolutely. But you
Trained.
guys are locked in a fight with probably Cosimo's gang from what you've heard about Urbano and how you've put together the different people who you know
Yeah.
who are part of this group.
Mhm.
And it looks like you're putting them down. And this is it'll be an interesting situation for Cosimo when he's lost his power base of folks who have been doing things behind the scenes for him. So we'll call that good tonight. Thank you guys for playing and for putting up with me being late and getting things going and all that other stuff. Great fun. And it's actually dark enough outside. It started to cool off here in the UK, which is phenomenal. And we will all sleep well tonight, I am sure.
Well,
I'm going to go and strip
Oh,
off and
no.
dance naked outside.
yeah, this place this flat retains heat at the end of the day quite well.
No, that's
There's
terrible.
there's no through flow, which is rather irritating.
Well, I'm just thinking, Anthony's house with 3 foot thick
Yeah,
stone walls.
yeah.
You'd think it would stay cool.
You
It's
would.
not. It's not terrible, but the main problem we've got is our aga is still on.
Mm.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
that's not good.
The
Oh, is
kitchen
that for the hot water? Yeah.
the kitchen's intolerable. No, it's not for the
Yeah.
hot water. It's its own thing.
Okay.
But the kitchen's intolerable. Now,
Imagine. Mm.
the floor of the bathroom upstairs being warm is not necessarily a bad thing. But when you walk in the kitchen right now, it's you walked in the kitchen. That thing is on.
Can I just say, barbecues, okay? You Americans
I'm
do them
on.
so well. Barbecues.
That's it. Outside.
Outside.
Do your cooking outside.
And don't
Absolutely.
forget to invite
And
people.
There, absolutely. I do have, for your knowledge, and we can go offline now, Rob, and say bye to everybody.
Okay.
It's been
Bye.
great
Bye,
fun.
everyone.
Hey, bye.
Thanks for watching. And if you like what you hear or see, subscribe. We love a good
And tell people.
subscription. Yeah, and tell people how dementedly bonkers the British are when it comes to role-playing games.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that just leaves Pete to send us out with a little heart.
Oh, everybody's all happy.
Bless him.
Oh,